Hello everyone and welcome to another R&R Partners video. Today we are going to discuss the recent changes in the Romanian citizenship law. If you're new to the channel and you are interested in either emigrating to Romania or you're interested in opening a corporation in Romania, please consider subscribing to our channel as it helps the channel out a lot, and you also will be helping other expats who are in pursuit of knowing more about the immigration and company incorporation procedures. Today's video is going to be structured in three parts. The first part will be about amendments to any and all procedures. We are not going to go through all of them because there are many amendments to the procedure, but the most important one that you will be interested about will be mentioned here. And in the second and third part, we are going to discuss about the amendments to either the ones who are getting naturalized through the Romanian citizenship law. For example, you've been staying in Romania for a long period of time and now you want to get your Romanian citizenship. And the third part would be for those who want to regain the Romanian citizenship. They lost it, or one of their ancestors lost it, and now they want to claim it back. Also, do note that the most important amendments that have entered into effect as of 16th of March 2020 will be towards the end of the video. So please wait until the final end so you would find out what are the most critical and important changes that will certainly affect your file. Starting with the amendments for all citizenship files, those who are going to be submitted from the 16th of March onwards, are as follows. The first major amendment. This affects all files and it's a very good amendment that is going to enter. However, it has a delay. It will be entered into force as of 13th of July. And this consists of having an online account to your file. So after the 13th of June 20, you'll be able to have an online account with the Citizenship Authority to see what's the status of your file. This is very good because until now we would just submit the file and we'll wait for something to happen, the Citizenship Authority to come back at us and tell us that, hey, your file was approved, or we need additional documents, or we need additional information to solve your file. The second amendment is that now the Citizenship Authority has a limit for which it must take a decision on your file. In the past, there were three types of submissions on Article 8, 10 and 11. Article 8 and 10, sometimes they got finished within around 2 years, maybe a year and a half, or 2 years and a half. But on Article 11, they would take up to 4 years. Now the limit is of 2 years and it can be extended with a maximum of 6 months. The third amendment would be regarding the citizenship card. Until now, you would get a Romanian citizenship certificate that you would have and use each and every time you would go to get a new ID card, a new passport, and so on. Starting with the new law, after you get your Romanian citizenship, the authority or the embassy will issue a citizenship card in which you'll have all your personal data, a picture of your face, biometrics, and the fingerprints of 2 of your digits. Do note that this means that when you go to apply for the citizenship procedure, you would also need to take your children which are over 14 years old. Those who are under 14 years old do not need to take their biometrics, so you can go without them as you would be submitting until now. Another amendment that comes with the citizenship card is that there is a term for which you need to apply for the Romanian ID card or the Romanian passport. For the Romanian ID card, those who establish their domicile in Romania is 1 year, and for those who keep their domicile abroad, it will be 3 years from the time when you get the citizenship card. You also need to keep the citizenship card and use it for your first ID, and probably it will be asked by the authority once you will be submitting again. At the moment, the changes are very new. We don't know how they will be taken into consideration, but you should keep the citizenship card for as long as you are alive and you want to do amendments. Another change is with regards to the citizenship vow. As you know, once your citizenship is approved, you must go to the embassy or the citizenship authority and give a vow. When you went to the citizenship authority, in the past there was like a mass vow that was taking place. People will be in one room and they would give a vow. Many people wanted to come to Romania to be at these mass vows because they seemed that it was easier. However, now even if you go at the citizenship authority or at the embassy, the vow is individual and also it is recorded. Additionally, there is a time limit for which you need to give the vow. This will be 1 year from when the citizenship file was approved. In the past it was 6 months, which could have been extended for another 6 months or another term. Now it has a limit of 1 year. If you don't give the vow in the 1 year term, you just need to take the procedure from the beginning. If you are in this situation or one of the following situations that I'm going to present, you don't know where to take your citizenship file, what documents you need, if any of these amendments will be affecting your file, do note that you can always book a consultation with us and we can give you advice specific for your case only. Now, the first major change in our point of view that most probably will affect all the cases is with regards to the civil status documents. As you know, when you are submitting either an Article 10 or 8, the civil status documents needed to have an apostille for international use, translated into Romanian and submitted at the citizenship authority. Now there are going to be some minor changes. Respectively, the documents need to be issued in the last 2 years. If your state does not issue these documents, reissue them in any type or form, you will need to get a certificate from the authority that issued the document stating that the document is original and explain your name, parents, and so on. Both these documents need to be together, apostilled and translated into Romanian. However, from our point of view, you should just get a reissued civil status document in the last 2 years before you will be applying at the citizenship authority. Now, do note that usually when you submit the file, you would submit only translated certified copies of the originals. Now the citizenship authority has some additional powers. One, they could ask for you to present the original and submit the original at the authority if they have any thoughts that the documents was altered, or secondly, they could ask for you to come in front of the commission in an audience and plead your case or see that the documents are legit. Here we are going to end the amendments that apply to all cases. I believe these are the main amendments that will affect most of the cases. There are some minor amendments. For example, the authority now has its structure, how they go into meetings, how they are doing their internal organization, but I'm sure that will not concern you and it will not have any impact on your file. They want to make the authority more efficient and take a decision faster, so you are not waiting years on to get a decision from the authority. So if you found the content useful until now, please hit a like down below. It really helps the channel out and you'll also be helping other expats that want to know more about the citizenship amendments that went into force as 16th of March. The second major amendment that we are going to go through would be for those who want to claim their Romanian citizenship by having residence in Romania. In the past, the term was 8 years and the law was not very clear with regards to your domicile. In Romania, as a expat, in order to have your domicile in Romania, you need to have the permanent residency permit, which you can get after 5 years of living in Romania. In the past, there were some amendments for EU citizens that they could apply when they had 4 years of living in Romania. However, it would come into conflict with the provision that you needed to have a domicile in Romania, and nobody knew what to make of it. So now the term is still 8 years. It is mandatory to have a long-term residency permit before you apply for the Romanian citizenship, and the term can be reduced to 5 years if you are married with a Romanian citizen. There are some additional ways in which you can reduce the term up to 4 years. So from 8 years it can be reduced up to 5 years. In case you contributed to the Romanian economic life, so maybe you've done an investment, you've done a job that is highly skilled in Romania, you could be applying when you hit the 5 years mark. Second amendment would be in case you are going to apply for cultural contributions. You can be doing volunteering, you could have some education contributions to Romania, and so on. There's quite a list of contributions that you must be having to the Romanian culture, the Romanian society. Most probably you could go when you get the 5 years long-term residency permit and have an amendment of your contributions and why you consider that you are entitled to apply at 5 years and not when you hit the 8 years mark. Now, the third and last major update that entered into force would be for those who are applying based on Article 10 or Article 11. These are the descendants of former Romanian citizens that either lost the citizenship by their will, so they waived their Romanian citizenship, or it was retracted by the Romanian state without their will. In either of these cases, alongside the documents that prove you have a Romanian ancestor, you'll also need to add to the file a Romanian language certificate certifying that you know B1 level Romanian. According to the law, there are 4 ways in which you can show that you know B1 level Romanian, and that would be a certificate issued by a Romanian university stating that you know B1 level Romanian. Second would be by the Institute of Romanian Language, the Romanian Institute of Culture, or for example if you studied in high school for at least 3 years in Romanian language. There are 2 exceptions to this rule. One would be either if you are a former Romanian citizen, so you were a Romanian citizen, you waived your Romanian citizenship and now you want it back. You don't need to prove that you know B1 level Romanian. Do note that there is a transition period, so those of you who are going to file their citizenship application in the next 1 year, you have 1 year in which you can submit your file without these amendments. You just submit the file as it was in the past. You need to have all the files, the civil status documents issued in the last 2 years, but you can submit without this language certificate. You'll have 1 year to complete your file with the language certificate stating that you have B1 level of Romanian. The files that were submitted until 16th of March, they are presumed that you are knowing Romanian, and most probably you'll have a small interview when you go and give the vow, so the consul will know that you know Romanian language. So thank you for watching. I hope this video will be very informative and you get to know all the recent amendments to the Romanian citizenship law. And until next time, you can always follow us on Facebook or Instagram, as we also post there, and we'll be in touch. See you soon and have a nice day. Bye.